All right, today I am super excited to have Dimitri with me. So a top producing agent from Toronto, a Big Brother Canada star, and EXP agent and huge producer. What did I miss? Number one on social media in Canada, Ontario.
Ontario.
So that's pretty cool. That's probably the coolest one. I probably should have started with that.
It's all good. It's all good.
So today I just want to talk to you about your journey and how you started and maybe just give us a little bit of background on the real estate before you got into EXP and kind of how you came across it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I started selling back in Edmonton. Just got on with a boutique brokerage, and it was funny. It was about 2017. I remember hearing about EXP and just like totally brushed it off. Everybody at the brokerage was kind of laughing about it. It was almost like a joke. And then ended up moving to Toronto. Same thing, went to a Keller Williams, kind of bounced around, went back to a boutique brokerage. And then, the journey started for looking for a brokerage that was going to do more for me than anyone else. And coming I came across a agent on a YouTube page. He reached out, we started chatting, and it's just when the model gets broken down to you and everything it offers, it was literally like a no-brainer. I didn't have to interview anybody else after that.
So I find that some agents, they look at the model when they're first exposed to it, they tend to take on average, they tend to take a little bit longer till they make the decision to jump ship. So it seems like you were kind of already looking for something that was better. Did you find that once he exposed you to the model, you were like, yep, that makes sense, and jump ship? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a done deal. So like I had to time it, obviously, like with my business and when it was. But when I heard it, like I was trying to find arguments against it, but I was just like, you know what? If I don't join now, I know I'm gonna join later. And given like how it's, how everything's unfolding, it's definitely a lot more beneficial to get in the earlier stage. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna take the leap of faith. And I mean, it's even now. I joined this summer, and I've noticed that it's the type of thing that gets better with the more time you spend in it too. You're first in it, you get all your like information thrown at you. It's not even a matter of like if you get enough. It's just like filtering all the different things that they give you. And then once you finally get settled and you kind of start to use everything, like it starts to come together. And like, now 7-8 months in, I'm just like, yeah, this is awesome.
When you first come over, it's like drinking through a fire hose. There's so much stuff that's all great, but it's hard to even grasp where to start and what to do first. But yeah, I think, once you get settled in, it's like, you tap into those resources, you start to get a better handle on the lead generation systems and everything that we have to offer. And yeah, I can feel that for sure.
Exactly.
I think that like, it seems to be a lot of the younger generation tends to get the model like a little bit quicker. So since coming over, what do you think has been the most, like, out of all the pillars that we have to offer that are obviously, incredible. So like out of the stock and the rev share, the leads that we get, the training, cloud, the collaboration, like the list goes on, but is there one thing that you found has really influenced your business more than another since you've been here?
I think the first few months I didn't really explore the rev share all that much. But now that I'm settled in, I've got my transactions dialed in with the company and everything like that. I'm starting to open that door a lot more, and I'm starting to see like how it can totally change your business, change your life, even the stocks. Like I don't invest in stocks at all anywhere. And like, here I am watching the stock go up, and I'm excited for it because I've got like, I've got equity in the company just from doing the transactions. All three, just the opportunity to have multiple income streams rather than just your commissions. It makes it like super exciting. I don't know if I could pinpoint exactly which one. Time will tell, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think it's one of those things, like you said earlier, the more you tap into it, the more you're going to see those benefits. But I mean, yeah, I think at any other brokerage, when you go in, you have one way of creating income, and that's selling houses. And the problem is, and as you and I seem to be kind of the similar time in the business, because I started in 2016, like once you start to get your business rolling, yeah, things get a little bit easier for creating income. But if you did 60 deals last year, and you worked your ass off, you still have to wake up at, January 1st, 2021 and do the same thing all over again. And I think, I mean, we're young guys. We got a lot, ahead of us. We can do that for another 10, maybe even 20 years if we're lucky. But at some point, there's no exit strategy.
Right. So, you're on that hamster wheel for forever. And I mean, any entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. Like, for me, I've always kind of been self-employed even before I got into real estate. And it was always like, I'm going to take however much money I got, invest it in real estate, invest it in other vehicles, so that one day I don't got to be on this hamster wheel. And I'm still doing those things, investing my money in properties. But then on top of that, the brokerage gives you an added 2 for like, that nobody else gives you. It's like, yeah, I'll take an extra 2, revenue streams, no problem.
Exactly. It's just one other way to get you closer to your goals. The same reason every one of us gets in this business is to make money. And, passive income is always the end goal. This just gives you a lot fast. It's a fast track, off the hamster wheel, ideally.
Exactly.
Well, I got to say, man, my favorite thing about this company since I've been here is being able to do what we're doing right now, and the conversations that you and I have had over the last week. Like I said, when we first got in contact, we were on the top 100 in Canada, and I said, I got to know who's the top one, who's the number one in on social media, and then it was an EXP agent. So I was like, well, that go figure, right? And I think there was, a lot of them up there as well, but it's I don't know. It's hard, like the whole rev share thing to me as well. Like, it's hard not to tell other agents about this business when it's changing your life, right? When you're getting stock and you see the stock hit $160, this week. I don't know if you follow Grant Cardone, but that's huge news. Yeah. Okay. So that I have followed that guy for years, man. Like, I got into sales, like when I was in ISA making cold calls in like 2014, I was like reading everything I could, Grant Cardone and everything. And then all of a sudden this week, it's like, hey, this huge mentor of yours that you followed for all these years is joining EXP. Like, that was mind blowing. So to be able to, I mean, that guy is going to be, you pay thousands of dollars to go to one of his events.
Yeah. He's
going to be at our EXP events.
Of course. He's going to be doing everything at EXP Con, and we get him for free now,
Like that. I don't like, how does that not help your business if you have personal access to people like that?
100%. And I will say that that's one thing that I never really considered when I joined too. Like, I was too focused on like looking at the split and like, it's funny because like some of the stuff that it obviously matters, but like I was focused on the thing that everyone is focused on. But like when I joined, you realize that there's some other stuff that you don't consider, and the collaboration is definitely one of them. I've never seen anybody so passionate about being at any other brokerage than people are at EXP. And it's just the way that it's set up. People are willing to help. I'm willing to help people who like, it's just where normally, like, especially in Toronto, it's a freaking cutthroat business. Like, no one's sharing secrets. No one's doing nothing. It just gives us like an opportunity to grow, and everybody's kind of on the winning side. It's just something that I never considered.
100%. So, okay. So that's lots of good stuff. I think obviously you and I, it shows, are very, very excited about this company and what it's done for the both of us. Yeah. Anything else that you wanted to touch on? If anybody out there is looking to get some more information about EXP or had questions or was at all interested, is there any advice that you might give them?
I would say like you were talking about, you really believe in it. And I feel like a lot of people, it's just like selling a house, right? You go door knocking, and if you feel like you're bothering the people, it's going to come off that way. But it's like, we can sit here and talk about EXP because we believe in it. It is something that has changed our lives and will continue to change our lives. And it's like, we ain't selling garbage here. Like, this is really, really good for real estate agents. It's like, you need to sit down and at least hear it with an open mind. And if it doesn't make sense for you, then obviously you keep doing what you're doing. But for the people who are just turning a blind eye and not considering it, like, it's worth the 1 hour conversation with someone who knows about the brokerage and how it works. I'll say that.
True words never been spoken. So I'm gonna roll your information at the bottom here for anybody that wants to reach out to you. But yeah, man, I couldn't agree more. I think the general consensus of people who aren't educated on what's going on with EXP, I think that they're getting a little bit annoyed with EXP agents because we are so excited. But name another company where the people that work for that company are screaming from the rooftops how happy they are to be there. Yeah. And I mean, like you said, we are naturally born salespeople, so we want to sell you on something that we're excited about. But I mean, take the hint. If everybody is screaming from the rooftops how excited they are about this business and this company, there might be something worth listening to. And I honestly feel like my dad owning a brokerage on his own before, myself being an agent, they seem to have plugged all of the holes that existed in the business. I said, it feels like they've found the cure for cancer for realtors. Literally. So, right. So, I mean, if we're that excited about it, at least let us show you what's going on and why we're so jacked up. And if you want, stay at the brokerage that you've been at your whole life. But I think everybody out there owes it to themselves to at least look at the model and find out why we're so excited about it.
100%. And if anybody's got a brokerage that makes more sense than this, I mean, I'm all ears. I'll jump, but I don't see nothing out there right now.
Good point. Good point. All right. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it. And we'll talk to you soon, my man.
Cool. Thanks.